Hey, Saturday, August 27th. And last night we had 2 tornado warnings. Siren went off and the hail hit. So you and I are going on a walkthrough right now and we're going to see what the damage is. And I'll tell you what, I was very scared last night. Had Tim and me in the bathtub. And just the noise was insane. But we lived, and let's go see what we got. If you look, a couple days ago, I did a video of this very patch of corn. And it's possible that it doesn't look like the ears are damaged, and those pipes did work, keeping it from flipping too much. So maybe I just need to get to prune the leaves, and we're just going to let it go and see what it does. And amazingly enough, 0 damage to the morning glories. That's insane. But yet, look, here to here, and then this all got shredded. And my beans and everything that were climbing up here, they probably will recover. We'll just see what happens. And the strawberries got clobbered again. And the wind pushed through into here. I'm thinking not quite a bit of this. I'll be able to prune it up and yeah. There's a lot of pruning. This bed fared pretty well. This tomato survived, all right. I can't even describe for you for sure which way the wind was coming, but I might have a suggestion. And this poor beauty, done again. Boop. These guys didn't do too bad. They got still good growth. And it must be where these were positioned that there's no damage there. The grape leaves are down. I know this side got it. So right here, the strawberries are all right in here, and this bed is okay. But then you come over here, and this one is, there's beets in there, so I know that beets will recover. This, and that squash is not dead, and the blooms are still on it, so that's possible I still get something from that. Now this was all laying over. It was all laying over here, and this morning I came up and I just pulled it back up and to try and just keep lifting it up to see if I can get it to recover. I don't know if that's going to make it or not. We'll see. Right. And because of where this side is spaced, these guys did all right. A couple holes here and there. A lot of berries are happy. Those strings work. Protected it from the wind, that's for sure. And gosh, in this barrel, that one's fine too. Here's the messy corner. Don't look. Oh, look, I just got all this cleaned up, so all these leaves are down again. And they got chopped up pretty good up there, but still might get a crop off of these grapes this year. And surprisingly enough, this is where when I was crying last night, yes, I cried. I was worried that these guys were going to get hit. And look at those San Marzanos. Having them up there tied up like that, they survived. These beans survived. That one grew up all on its own. The last time the hail hit, I'm going to try and climb over this without killing myself. Even last time these potatoes got all shredded, and this time the wind must have been coming from a different direction, because this part over here fared pretty well, the sweet potatoes, but it must have come through here and hit straight on this way by the looks of the way everything blew. That squash made it. These guys got pummeled. But inside the greenhouse is fine. And the outside edge of this shredded a little bit. But this bed right behind it must be the buffer of that wall. Those guys are fine. And the Brussels sprouts, their stalks seem to be fine. Their leaves are pretty hit. Carrots will come back up. These tomatoes did just fine. But then you walk over here, potatoes and beans clobbered pretty good here. And the poor rhubarb destroyed again. And these guys did remarkably well, considering they lost some leaves, but the vines look good. These are my scarlet runner beans. The mint. There's damage to the leaves, but these guys will probably pop back out and do just fine. Just not as pretty as it was. All right, I have to go back this way. This time I'll use the gate so I don't hurt myself. That bed fared well. Fared well too. Believe it or not, I can't believe this. All of Emma's 4 o'clocks made it. Every one of them. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Awesome is that? All right, let's go look at the Brussels sprouts. We'll get to the corn. Oh, this is pretty much what they all look like. But it looks like, you know, I'll just prune it back. We'll see what happens. Marigolds will recover. They're not as important. But and by the way, some of the leaves that are down here, I had just pruned all these yesterday, and they were just perky and tall, but their stalks all seem to be okay. So we'll just see how it goes. So I think their heads look all right. Their heads aren't damaged, so that means, whoops, because they grow up from the centers. So sorry for my dirty hands. So they're probably going to be all right. And this corn fared all right. Elderberry did okay. These pumpkins, not bad. Okay. Well, my neighbor just stopped and is bringing me a 1/4 mile roll of wire. Neighbor, that's the neighbor, that's the little old man that gives me stuff all the time. They're out doing storm damage assessment. And these pumpkins did all right. But this side over here, holy moly. It was so pretty. It is what it is. All right, let's go over to one more. Let's go back this way. The roses made it. I have in there, Emma's 4 o'clocks are in there as well, but I also have corn and, not corn, carrots, beets, and Swiss chard planted in there. So this rain was good for that. And I just planted those like a week ago. So you don't see any of that now, but they're there. There's Miss Kaylee. You guys haven't seen Kaylee in a while. There's Kaylee Bug. Hi, Kaylee. Say hi to everybody. Hi. She's a warrior. All right. Trying not to make this too long, but I also have to be careful because I don't know what I'm going to walk into. Well, the Romas made it. It's okay. Bromas, they do better with less leaves anyway. There are some green ones down here, so I did see they knocked them down. I'll come pick those up and I will make some green tomato raspberry jelly. Trying to be positive. Look, I got a red one on there. These guys did all right, and so maybe they got buffered because of the corn and all that I had planted here. And my theory here when I planted this is if I give it enough support, it won't bend over and lay over in the wind. And the structure worked. And I do have them tied too as well. If you see here, I have them anchored here. So it helps support them. So this didn't do too bad. It's just not pretty anymore. And this didn't do too bad. Snapped a couple down. Laid this side over, which is to be expected from this area. So I could probably get those up and tied up and supported. There we are. It's damaged, but I believe that it could have been far worse, everybody. But that is my August 26th storm update brought to you on Saturday morning, August 27th. And I hope you all have a blessed